Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars and welcome to another PlayStation 4 review. Today's review is for Space Crew. This is newly released on PlayStation 4. It's priced, I believe, at $15.99 in the UK. And if you pre-ordered the game, you were given Bomber Crew as a free downloadable game to add to your library. And this is Space Crew is from the same people that brought us Bomber Crew. Now I did pre-order this, so I do have Bomber Crew. I just haven't managed to play that game yet, but I will certainly get round to it after playing this, because I've got to say, guys, I'm having an absolute blast with this game. It is such a fun game, this. And to describe this game really isn't particularly easy, but it's a space simulation management sim that is clearly inspired from things like Star Trek, and it's quite light on story, and essentially it's set obviously in the future. Earth is under threat from an alien invasion, and it is up to you and your crew to go out on missions to prevent these aliens from attacking Earth. So it's quite light on story, but that's not a bad thing sometimes, certainly in a game like this. Now the game works like this really. You've got 6 members of your crew. You've got your own starship, and you've got 6 members of your crew. You've got a captain, you've got a comms officer, an engineer, a security officer, and 2 weapons officers, and they all have a specific role on this ship. Now the captain speaks for itself. He can issue orders and things like that, but also he pilots the ship. You've got a comms officer that intercepts like communications, things like that, but also can call people to come and assist in battle, like freighters and ships, to come and help you. Your engineer, I think, is probably the most important person to some degree, because you'll be using him a lot. He will on the fly go around and repair things on your ship, like your gravity, your engines, whatever needs repairing. Sometimes there might be a fire breakout, and you'll use him to put the fires out and things like that. And then you've got your security officer and your weapons officers who basically sit in like the gunner bays and will shoot at the enemies. So that's generally how it works. Now each of these crew members can all do each other's jobs, if you like. They just can't do it as effectively. So if you put your engineer in the captain's chair or in the comms station or something like that, he won't be as effective as someone who's meant to do that role, and vice versa. But they can all kind of cover each other as well. So you will go out on these missions, and they range from things like go to this place and clear out the enemy, go to this place, deliver this package or pick this package up, go to this place, rescue these people or this person, so on and so forth. You know, they're not particularly earth-shatteringly different, some of these missions, but they're a lot of fun to do. And most of the times you've got to go to these jump points to get to certain locations. You've got the choice of going on the safest route or the fastest route. If you go on the fastest route, you'll get you there faster, but it's more risky. But whichever route, in my experience, that you take, you're going to get attacked by enemies. So what you have to do is, when you're in a part of the mission where you're being attacked by enemies, you've got to zoom out your ship and tag them. Once you tag the enemies, then the gunners will open fire on them. If you don't tag the enemies, they won't open fire on them. And then you've got to try and survive through the mission, and once you get back to spaceport, everybody will level up, all your characters will level up, and then you are given access to better equipment for not only your crew but also your starship. Now permadeath is a thing here, guys, as well in this game, much like XCOM, I suppose. So if you lose a crew member on a mission, there's a real sense of loss there, because they might have been a level 8 comms officer, and you've unlocked some special abilities for them at that point in the game that help you on missions. But when you get back to spaceport, if you need to recruit somebody new to your ship because they've died on the last ship, they're going to start at the bottom of the ladder. So there is a real sense of loss when you lose someone here, because you've got to start them at the bottom of the ladder again, and which is, I think, actually a clever move, because it really makes you want to keep your crew alive even more during these missions. And another reason why you've got a real connection to your crew is they're completely customizable. You can make them look how you want, you can rename them, you can change their uniforms. There's even a uniform that is obviously inspired by Star Trek The Next Generation. And as and when you unlock better things to equip them with, whether this be helmets, oxygen masks, weapons, whatever it may be, better boots, gloves, that will make them better when you are under attack, so they're not going to be as vulnerable. But also you can completely upgrade and customize your starship. So you, after about the first couple of missions, you can go back to Starport, and then you can completely upgrade your starship. You can change the way it looks in regards to the paint job, and put loads of different decals on it. You can change the name of your ship as well, and all of this adds to this connection that you feel to this ship and this crew, and this sense of wanting to protect them. It's a very clever move by the game developers here, and it works really, really well. Also, you can unlock new things for your starship as well, so you can upgrade literally every aspect of the starship. You can put on better weapons, improve the engines, improve the shield generators, you name it, they can all be upgraded and improved. You can put new compartments, if you like, in the ship. You can put add more escape pods. You can change the loadouts on the ship, so you can put more weapons than first aid kits, for example, put more space suits than fire extinguishers. But all of these things you're going to need, so it's best to keep a balanced approach on the ship. Now on missions, it's like spinning plates juggling balls, because you've got to work in sync with your crew when you're playing this thing. You've got to have your weapons officers doing their thing, issuing your captain's got to be issuing the right orders, and your engineer you've got to have running about repair things as and when. If you take your eye on off the ball, you will be boarded by these aliens, and then it's like close quarters, hand-to-hand type stuff. You've got to equip people with laser guns, and then you've got to send them out to defend the inside of your ship from these aliens that have boarded you. So it's like a balancing act, the missions, and they can get quite frantic, quite fun and quite exciting, a little bit frustrating as well too sometimes, because some missions you can be really overwhelmed, and if you go into some of the higher risk missions early on, you're going to get absolutely destroyed, and then if you don't have enough escape pods, bye bye crew sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? You've got to start again from scratch basically. So it's a really nicely done game this. I'm having a huge amount of fun with it, I'm not going to lie. This is just up my street. If you're a fan of space simulation games crossed with management sims, this is for you, especially if you're a fan of Star Trek and things like that. They've absolutely nailed the feel of this game. It's a lot of fun to play, but you've got a real connection to your crew and your ship, and you will do your utmost trying to keep them alive and keep things in one piece, and it's just a lot of fun to play. The crew, I personally have found it really, really fun to customize the crew in all aspects of them, and give them all these weird and wonderful names. Initially I started naming them after Star Trek characters, and then when they started dying you think, oh, what am I going to name them next? So it's a really great game this. I can't give you an awful lot of faults with it. With a price point as well of $15.99, you're going to have hours of fun with this game, weeks of fun probably with this game. I know I am. So yeah, I can't really recommend this game any higher really. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. If it's not your sort of game, you're not going to enjoy it, but if you like these sort of games, trust me, there's a brilliant game for you to enjoy. So I do hope you enjoyed this review.